On the Open Floor podcast, NBA insider Rachel Nichols set the basketball world on fire with one simple statement. Nobody should be surprised if the Los Angeles Lakers win the NBA championship this season. Let that sink in for a second. Nobody should be surprised. Not the fans, not the doubters, not the rest of the league. Because the Lakers have quietly, or maybe not so quietly, built a roster that looks ready to make history. Let's rewind. Everything changed the moment Los Angeles pulled off one of the biggest trades in years. They went out and landed Luka Doncic, the young superstar who has already rewritten record books, stunned arenas across the world, and proven he can single-handedly carry a team. When the Lakers stole him away from Dallas midway through last season, it wasn't just a trade, it was a statement. A declaration that the Lakers weren't here to rebuild. They were here to dominate. But as we all know, basketball isn't about one man. Even a talent like Luka Doncic can't win it all by himself. And the Lakers knew that. That's why the front office went to work this summer, building a squad that's deeper, tougher, and hungrier than ever. First, they brought in DeAndre Ayton, a true force in the paint. After Anthony Davis left in the Doncic deal, the Lakers lacked size and interior presence. Ayton changes all of that. He gives them rim protection, rebounding, and a reliable scoring option inside. Then came the depth moves. Jake LaRavia, a versatile forward with size and shooting. Marcus Smart, the gritty defensive bulldog, a former Defensive Player of the Year, and a veteran who knows how to win. These are not just role players, these are culture changers. Guys who bring toughness, edge, and the kind of playoff experience that makes all the difference in a 7-game series. Rachel Nichols didn't hold back. I'm not putting the Lakers in the same category as Oklahoma City or Denver, she said. To me, they're in a category of their own. And if they win the finals, nobody should be surprised. Think about that. A respected insider is flat out saying the Lakers should be treated as favorites. And she's not the only one. Her co-host, Chris Mannix, doubled down. After what he called a solid off-season, he made it clear, I'm putting them in the top tier. They're in my championship contender group. But here's where it gets really interesting. Mannix pointed out something that many people seem to be overlooking. There's this belief that the Lakers are playing the long game, that they're waiting until next summer, when the books clear up, to add another superstar. But according to Mannix, that's a myth. Because the Lakers already have their second superstar. And not just any superstar. The second one is arguably the greatest player of all time, LeBron James. Let's stop right there. 40 years old. 23 seasons in the NBA. Most players at that age are long retired, maybe doing TV or front office work. But not LeBron. He's still here. Still dominating. Still rewriting the rules of longevity in basketball. He's not just playing, he's thriving, putting up numbers and performances that leave fans and analysts speechless. So picture it, Luka Doncic, the generational talent who represents the future, paired with LeBron James, the living legend who refuses to slow down. Add Ayton in the middle, Smart and LaRavia bringing depth, and a Lakers roster loaded with veterans who know what it takes to win. Suddenly, the path to banner number 18 doesn't just look possible. It looks inevitable. Remember what happened last season. After Luka Doncic joined, the Lakers didn't just improve, they skyrocketed. They went from the middle of the pack to third place in the West. For a moment, it looked like they were unstoppable. But the playoffs were cruel. They ran into Minnesota, and the run ended early. This year, that sting of defeat is fuel. It's motivation. And with a revamped roster, the Lakers are no longer just hoping for a deep playoff run, they're expecting it. Imagine the storylines. LeBron, at 40, chasing one more title, not just to cement his legacy, but to push the Lakers past their biggest rival in the history books, claiming that record-breaking 18th championship. Luka Doncic, the young phenom, stepping onto the biggest stage in basketball and proving to the world that he's not just a star, he's a champion. This isn't just another season. This could be the season. The year the Lakers once again seize control of the NBA and remind everyone why Los Angeles is the city of champions. So, Lakers fans, buckle up. Because if Rachel Nichols and Chris Mannix are right, this journey is going to be wild. The NBA is on notice, and the Lakers are ready to take what they believe is theirs. The only question left is, will anyone be able to stop them? Luka Doncic. Just hearing that name already shakes the basketball world. But what if I told you that the superstar everyone thought was only about dazzling offense is now making headlines for something completely unexpected? Yes, Luka Doncic, the Los Angeles Lakers' new franchise cornerstone, has been nominated for a defensive award. Let that sink in for a moment. The man whose game has been defined by breathtaking stepbacks, jaw-dropping passes, and unstoppable scoring, is now being recognized for locking opponents down on the other end of the floor. The NBA preseason is almost here. Less than a month separates us from seeing the purple and gold back on the court, and the buzz around Los Angeles is at a fever pitch. But while fans anxiously wait for tip-off at Crypto.com Arena, Doncic has been busy shocking the entire basketball community on the international stage. Eurobasket 2025. Slovenia. Luka Doncic. A stage built for stars, and he is putting on nothing short of a historic show. We all knew Doncic could score. That's never been in doubt. The 26-year-old is already a five-time NBA All-Star, one of the greatest offensive weapons of his generation. But in this tournament, he's rewriting the script. He's not just putting up numbers, though let's be clear, his numbers are absolutely absurd. 34 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 7.2 assists, and a tournament-leading 3.2 steals. In his last 3 games alone, he's topped 35 points every single time. This is Luka Doncic at his absolute peak. And yet, it's not the scoring that has everyone talking. It's the defense. Yes, defense. The part of the game that critics have used for years to poke holes in Doncic's greatness. Since he entered the league in 2018, the narrative has been the same. Generational scorer, transcendent playmaker, but defensively? A liability. A player you could target. Someone who didn't have the quickness, the energy, or the mindset to impact games on that side of the ball. But now, that narrative is being shattered. Doncic has been nominated for the Best Defender award at Eurobasket 2025 after leading the entire tournament in steals. He's playing with intensity, anticipation, and a fire on defense that few expected. He's reading passing lanes, stripping the ball from stars, turning defense into offense in the blink of an eye. And it's not just a statistical fluke. Anyone watching these games can see it. Luka Doncic has transformed. His body looks sharper, leaner, stronger. Reports say he's dedicated his off-season to reshaping himself physically, and it's paying instant dividends. The burst is back. The stamina is there. And suddenly, defense doesn't look like a weakness anymore. It looks like a weapon. Now, let's connect this to Los Angeles. Because make no mistake, this could be a game-changer for the Lakers. Think about it. The Lakers already know Doncic will carry the offense. That's a given. He's capable of single-handedly winning games with his scoring and playmaking. But if he can even bring average, consistent defense, everything changes. It doesn't take him becoming an all-defensive player. It just takes effort, discipline, and commitment. And we're seeing exactly that in Eurobasket. The Lakers' championship hopes depend on balance. They need scoring, yes, but they also need stops. And if their superstar, the man expected to lead them for the next decade, sets the tone by defending, what message does that send to the rest of the team? This season is massive. Every eye in the NBA will be on Los Angeles. Because this isn't just Luka Doncic's first full season in purple and gold. This is the season where the Lakers try to climb back to the mountaintop. And maybe, just maybe, the difference maker won't be the Doncic we've always known. The scorer, the playmaker, the magician with the ball in his hands. Maybe the key will be the Doncic we've never seen before. The one who locks in on defense, who refuses to be a liability, who turns every possession into a two-way showcase. Can Luka Doncic be the player who finally brings championship glory back to Los Angeles? If Eurobasket is any indication, the answer might shock everyone. One thing is certain, this season is going to be historic, and it all begins with Luka Doncic rewriting the narrative, one defensive stop at a time. The Los Angeles Lakers. A franchise built on history, dominance, and legendary names. From Magic to Kobe to LeBron. This team has always thrived on superstar power. And once again, the front office is cooking up something big, something that could completely shake the balance of power in the NBA. Now, we all know one thing. The Lakers have never been afraid of making a bold move. If there's even a small chance to bring in a player who can elevate this roster and push them closer to another championship, they'll take it. And with LeBron James at 40 years old, still performing at an elite level, the clock is ticking. Every single season could be his last shot at glory. The Lakers know it. The fans know it. The entire league knows it. That's why the team is operating in what we call win-now mode. They're not building for the future. They're not waiting around. They want to maximize every ounce of talent they have while LeBron is still on the floor. And with Luka Doncic locked into an extension, the Lakers have doubled down on their urgency. The mission is clear: surround LeBron and Luka with as much firepower as possible. And that's where things get interesting. Because reports out of Los Angeles suggest that the front office, led by Rob Pelinka, is keeping a very close eye on one specific position: the wing. That's right. The Lakers are looking to upgrade, and insiders believe there's one name at the top of the list: Andrew Wiggins. Yes, you heard that right. Former All-Star, NBA champion, a proven two-way forward who can defend, score, and bring versatility to the floor. The same Andrew Wiggins who, not too long ago, wasn't even on the Lakers' radar, is suddenly looking like a very real possibility. But why now? Why Wiggins? According to insiders, the Lakers feel they need more two-way talent on the wing. Someone who can not only put the ball in the basket, but also guard elite perimeter players on the other end. And Wiggins checks those boxes. He might not be a top 10 superstar, but on the right roster, he's the kind of piece that can tilt a playoff series. Still, there's one massive obstacle standing in the way: his contract. Wiggins is set to earn $28.2 million this season. And he holds a player option worth $30.1 million for 2026 to 27. That's a lot of money, especially for a team already paying big bucks to its stars. So, the question becomes, is the investment worth it? And here's where things get even more intriguing. Sources close to the team suggest that the Lakers aren't rushing. They're not looking to make a move right this second. Instead, they want to evaluate their current roster, see how the pieces fit, and then, when the trade deadline approaches, that's when the fireworks could explode. That's when the big decision will have to be made. Imagine it, the Lakers rolling into February, fighting for position in a brutal Western Conference, realizing they need that one extra weapon. That's the moment a trade for Wiggins could become reality. And let's not forget, this isn't just speculation from nowhere. NBA insider Mark Stein has already connected the Lakers to Wiggins in his reports. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. But before you make up your mind, let's look at the numbers. Since being traded to Miami last season, Wiggins has quietly put up strong production. 19 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. He shot nearly 46% from the field and 36% from three. Those are solid, efficient numbers that would immediately give the Lakers more scoring punch and reliable perimeter defense. Think about it. LeBron orchestrating the offense, Luka Doncic creating opportunities, and Wiggins providing that perfect balance of scoring and defense. It's not just about adding another name, it's about building a complete, championship-ready roster. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. The Lakers could decide the price is too high. They could decide to hold on to their assets and ride with what they've got. But if history tells us anything, it's that the Lakers don't settle for good enough. They swing for the fences. They chase stars. They make moves that shake the NBA to its core. So here's the bottom line: the Lakers are watching. They're calculating. They're waiting for the perfect moment. And when that trade deadline arrives, don't be surprised if Andrew Wiggins walks through those doors in purple and gold. Because this is the Lakers we're talking about. They don't just play for today. They play for banners. They play for legacies. They play for history. And the next chapter of that history might just include Andrew Wiggins.